Darkest sides of Dubai. Dubai is the city of gold, a playground for the rich and famous. But beneath the glitz and glamour, there's another story. A story of extremes, challenges, and things that might surprise you. Discovering the hidden underbelly of Dubai can be eye-opening. From the chaotic streets dominated by aggressive drivers, prostitution, to the glaring inequalities in citizenship laws, there's much more to this glamorous city than meets the eye. Join us on a journey through the darkest side of Dubai. And stay with us till the end, because the truth might surprise you. Let's get started as we count down from number 15 to number 1. Number 15. Exploitation of foreign workers. Dubai's rapid development has come under scrutiny. There have been concerns about the treatment of migrant workers, many of whom toil in construction and service industries under harsh conditions and for long hours. Dubai encourages businesses to hire workers from poorer countries, making them sign decade-long contracts and then take their passports away from them. Even though this is supposedly illegal, the government looks the other way. These workers are promised a certain pay, but companies deduct living expenses from their wages, leaving them almost penniless. If they're paid at all, paychecks are often withheld for months. And if workers strike, they are jailed because protesting is illegal, a law that is strictly enforced. These workers can't afford a ticket home. Even if they could, they don't have their passports. They live crammed in unsanitary portables, building hotels that cost more for one night than they make in a year. Conditions are so dire that some laborers throw themselves in front of cars, as their death would bring their family's affluence through diya, the blood money paid by the government to a victim's family. Number 14. Contradictions in the legal system regarding prostitution. Prostitution in Dubai exists in a complex and paradoxical space. Though illegal, it remains a significant issue. The city, known for its rapid development and opulence, also harbors a hidden side where the sex trade thrives, particularly in certain nightclubs, bars, and private establishments. Many sex workers are migrants, often lured by promises of legitimate employment but end up coerced into the sex trade. These individuals frequently face exploitation, abuse, and severe legal repercussions if caught. Police crackdowns often target them rather than the root causes. The legal framework in Dubai is stringent, with prostitution and related activities being criminal offenses punishable by imprisonment, fines, and deportation. Despite these harsh penalties, enforcement can be inconsistent, partly due to the clandestine nature of the trade and the involvement of organized crime networks. Some law enforcement efforts focus on raids and sting operations, which aim to curb the activities but often result in the detention and punishment of the workers, rather than addressing the root causes. The social stigma attached to prostitution further complicates the situation for those involved. Women caught in the trade often face discrimination and are denied support services, making it difficult for them to escape the cycle of exploitation. Dubai's approach to prostitution creates more problems than it solves. A more nuanced and pragmatic approach, potentially considering regulation or decriminalization, could improve safety, reduce exploitation, and bring the issue out of the shadows. Before we move to number 13, if you are enjoying the video, please subscribe to our channel and share the video. It means a lot to us. Thank you. Number 13. Second class in their birthplace. Dubai's stateless generation. Dubai's booming economy thrives on a vast migrant workforce. However, their children, born and raised in the emirate, face a harsh reality: no path to citizenship. This creates a stateless generation with limited rights and a sense of perpetual outsiderness, despite spending their entire lives in Dubai. The absence of citizenship also means they may have to renew residency permits regularly, creating continuous uncertainty about their future in the country. Firstly, these children lack the security and benefits of citizenship. They can't own land, hold certain government jobs, or access some social programs. This hinders their ability to build a secure future in the only home they've ever known. Secondly, the lack of belonging creates a social and psychological burden. They grow up feeling like outsiders, even though Dubai is their cultural touchstone. This can lead to feelings of alienation, impacting their sense of identity and self-worth. Finally, limited educational and career opportunities can arise. While some universities accept them, certain professions might be off-limits. This restricts their potential and creates a sense of being trapped in a system that doesn't fully embrace them. Number 12. Reckless driving. The city's issues often revolve around the chaotic and unpredictable behavior witnessed on its streets. Seeing flashy SUVs with tinted windows, flashing lights, and aggressive driving tactics are all too common. Local nationals somehow use dark window tints to shield themselves from the sun, while expats are denied the same privilege. They tailgate relentlessly at high speeds, honking and flashing their lights, showing no regard for safety or common courtesy. It doesn't matter if you can't switch lanes or if it's dangerous, they'll force their way in front of you. Expressing frustration through gestures like giving the finger can lead to serious consequences, including jail time. Shockingly, tailgating is considered illegal behavior. Number 11. Environmental concerns of man-made islands. Have you ever stopped to think about the impact of those artificial islands on the ocean ecosystem? Coral reefs, seagrasses, and oyster beds that were once protected marine areas now suffocate under layers of dredged-up sea sand. Building structures on these islands generates significant waste, while the need for a robust recycling program only exacerbates the problem. Moreover, the prevalence of gas-guzzling SUVs over fuel-efficient cars on the roads, coupled with the constant need for powerful air conditioning, further underscores the UAE's lack of prioritization of environmental conservation. Dubai's rapid development has come at a cost to the environment. The heavy reliance on air conditioning and desalination plants consumes a lot of energy. Dubai is located in a desert region with naturally limited freshwater resources. The city relies on desalination, but this process has environmental drawbacks. Number 10. Internet censorship and the cost of staying connected. The government blocks all websites it considers offensive to the religious, moral, and cultural values of the UAE, which can be tough for a freedom-loving people to accept, but understandable. However, what's puzzling is why all VoIP services and related websites are blocked. The government isn't too keen on people making cheap calls to their families back home. You can use the analog service provided by the government-owned telephone monopoly. Still, it's so expensive that your call frequency will drop significantly if you can afford it. The official reason for blocking VoIP is security. Yet even people in communist China and North Korea have access to these cheap calls. Your best bet is to get a good VPN. Number 9. Living expenses in the UAE. Living in the UAE, especially in bustling cities like Dubai and Abu Dhabi, comes with its challenges, and one of the most notable ones is the expensive cost of living. While the paychecks might seem attractive, the reality is that expenses for housing, education, healthcare, and day-to-day needs can quickly add up to a hefty sum. Rent, in particular, can take a big chunk of your earnings, especially if you're eyeing a prime location. So, while the opportunities may be plentiful, it's crucial to budget wisely and plan to make ends meet in the face of these high living costs. Dubai caters to a high-end clientele. If you're on a budget or not interested in luxury shopping and experiences, you might find it less appealing. Number 8. Limited cultural authenticity. Dubai's cityscape is incredibly modern, dominated by towering skyscrapers and impressive artificial attractions. While this architectural marvel is a sight to behold, those seeking a deep dive into traditional Emirati culture might find themselves disappointed. The city's rapid modernization and focus on luxury have overshadowed much of its cultural heritage. Visitors interested in experiencing authentic Emirati traditions may need to venture beyond the city's glittering facade to find historical sites and cultural experiences. Although Dubai offers a few cultural attractions, such as the Dubai Museum and heritage villages, they can feel somewhat overshadowed by the city's relentless pursuit of modernity. For a richer cultural experience, consider exploring other parts of the UAE, like Abu Dhabi or Sharjah, where traditional Emirati culture is more prominently showcased. Number 7. Struggle with the lack of greenery. There are hardly any trees, plants, or grass. Barely any living things besides humans. Humans were not meant to live in such conditions. If we were, there'd be more water and shade. The only greenery around comes from roadside gardens planted by the government, which they water excessively in the middle of the day. It's ironic considering we're told to reduce water usage because they can't keep up with demand. Number 6. Frustrations with traffic enforcement. In this city, the need for a more visible police presence is frustrating. Weeks can go by without seeing a single cop, even though the chaotic driving desperately needs traffic enforcement. Drivers make reckless moves, like turning left from the far right lane without consequences. However, even a slight speed over the limit results in fines, thanks to strategically placed speed cameras at the bottom of hills or right after speed limit changes. These fines can accumulate quickly, and the car gets impounded if it needs to be paid promptly. Number 5. Confusion surrounding the weekend. The weekend used to be on Thursday and Friday, but most people only took a half day off on Thursday. The government says Friday and Saturday are the weekends, but how people take time off varies. Some take off just Friday, others still opt for a half day on Thursday, and some might choose a half day on Saturday instead. Regardless of the arrangement, Sundays remain work days, making conducting business from Thursday through Saturday challenging. Number 4. The contrast between glamour and basic amenities. This country loves its glitz and glamour so much that it even features its 7-star hotel on the license plates. Yet, in the flashy Gold Souk district, the public toilets are just holes in the ground with no toilet paper or soap. There are hoses to rinse yourself, but this leaves the floor soaking wet, which you have to stand in to pee. Imagine squatting without touching anything or letting your pants touch anything. Oh, and it's 120 degrees Fahrenheit in there too. Number 3. Intense heat and humidity. Dubai's geographical location might surprise you. It's smack dab in the middle of a desert, so get ready for scorching heat, especially during the summer months when temperatures can easily hit 48 degrees Celsius, 120 degrees Fahrenheit, with high humidity, making spending time outdoors difficult. And don't expect any relief from the wind. It feels like pointing a hairdryer on full blast at your face. Imagine pouring fine moon dust like sand over your head while you do this, and you'll get the full picture. Number 2. Challenges of getting around. While Dubai boasts an impressive and modern metro system, it doesn't extend to every part of the city. This limitation often necessitates the use of taxis to reach certain destinations. Taxis in Dubai are generally abundant and can be hailed with ease, providing a convenient mode of transportation for both residents and visitors. However, this convenience comes with its own set of challenges. Dubai's roads are notorious for their heavy traffic, especially during peak hours. Major thoroughfares can become congested, leading to significant delays and longer travel times. The traffic jams are a common occurrence, making it essential to plan your trips with some buffer time to avoid frustration. Additionally, the city's rapid growth and ongoing construction projects contribute to the frequent traffic snarls. Number 1. Perplexity regarding women's clothing choices. The attire chosen by some women here often raises questions. While acknowledging religious requirements for dressing in a particular manner, it seems counterintuitive to wear a black robe over jeans and a turtleneck while covering one's head in extreme heat. Similarly, it's common for women to layer up with multiple garments, including sweaters and headscarves in gym settings. At the same time, men typically opt for lighter, more breathable clothing, often with minimal layers. Thanks for sticking with us through this eye-opening journey. If you found this video informative, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. We want to hear your thoughts. What surprised you the most about Dubai? Leave a comment below and let's start a conversation. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more in-depth looks at places and issues around the world. Hit the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload new content. Your support helps us bring you more honest and engaging videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.